Good morning, everybody. It's February 10th. Right now it's 8:14 a.m. I'm a little late to this. I took a couple small trades, actually just one small trade on the drop here on Nasdaq in pre-market. It looks like it wants to keep falling here. You can see this band here on the 5-minute opening up, but with it being so close to market open, it may want to do an impulse to the upside. So I'm going to be careful with it and not take any more. I just took a quick short on this. Let's see. I just took a quick short over here on this candle. Bands were opening up and I just took it, shorted it there, and it dropped down just for $300 or something. So yeah, we had the market. This is fallen right now on economic data that came out at 7:30. Let's see here. Economic data was CPI numbers, continuing jobless claims, inflation is continuing to be a concern, and inflation rises 7.5% over the past year, even more than expected, highest since 1982. So inflation and the Nasdaq have an inverse correlation. As inflation goes up, the Nasdaq goes down. So this is clearly bad for the Nasdaq. I missed the big move on the short. I mean, you see this big drop there in price, and I just missed it. I wasn't even looking at it. I told myself I wasn't going to trade the news, but I wish I would have been paying attention to it. The short that I got in on, I think, was on. Show you. Was on those two candles there. Just taking a short on the break of that. So it's only for $300. You're happy you got a win, but you're also kind of like, man, you missed the big move. But it's pre-market. Pre-market for me is tricky. So anyways, let's look at, we got 13 minutes before the market opens. Let's look at what's going on. I mean, that fundamental, the fundamentals is going to be driving this right now. We're just looking for those levels that we can trade off of. The fundamental catalyst is obviously inflation. This move, though, is pretty significant. I mean, that's a big move for this thing to make pre-market. I mean, we've already wiped out all of yesterday's gains, which looked actually like kind of a bullish move. How we had this bullish candle, we broke higher. Target is up here, still has to clear this level, but this looked positive for it, and then that economic numbers this morning has just sent it down again. So it's struggling, that's for sure right now. We've marked out here yesterday's low. That's going to be a key level, which we're at right now. It also kind of corresponds with the 20 SMA on the 4-hour. If it were to drop any lower, I think we'd probably be targeting down here, the bottom of the band on the 4-hour. Plus, we've had several touches over here. So this is going to be a key area for it as well. 14,450, 14,500, that area. I'll actually mark out 14,500, which, as price begins to drop, I think that'll be an interesting area for it. If I can get this to go something like that. So I think that would be an interesting area for it down there. That also happens to be the bottom of the weekly volume profile over here. So, I think right now the market's going to open in 12 minutes. It's pulling back up a little bit here, but this is still looking pretty bearish for it. I would, you can see this band now here on the 5-minute opening way up. So I would just be looking to take a short on this, at the right time, just trying to trade off a price action. But the fundamentals driving it down, and again, you've got a big area here we just drew out to try to take a short as price begins to move lower. If price begins to move lower, I mean, it's already negative 2% on the day. It may have another 0.5% to go before it really starts, getting overextended to the downside. But it's got some more room that it could fall. Delta now is moving up, so you probably wouldn't want to short it here. If you're looking for a place that you could get in to short it, like an area of resistance, maybe up here on the 4-hour 20 SMA, 14,775 up here, maybe if there was an impulse up to this 20 SMA level. Draw a line right there. Oop. Right there. So up here, maybe we can look at an overnight volume profile to see if that corresponds with any LVNs, and it does. It looks like there's a little LVN right here in the overnight volume profile. So 14,775. If I see price, spike up to this, and you get a bearish candle on it. Unlike the 1 minute, it's also kind of near the band. I can see it, moving up here. I may want to do it right now. I don't know. And then coming up here, kind of doing a little break, false breakout, and then coming back down. I could see that. Could it make it all the way up to VWAP? I don't think so. That's 150 points away. That's a pretty big move at this point to make it up to VWAP. Let's see, the 20 SMA on the 5 minutes also up at 14,900. So this is my first big area of resistance. I think if price came up here, I'd be looking to short it for a little push back down. Would I take it all the way down to 14,500? I don't know. I'm a scalper, man. But I'll look for a little impulse up and take my 15-point scalp in there and call it a day. I think somebody left a comment one time that I always leave too early, and that's true. I don't hang around too long in the market. Although, if you watch that video of my best day ever, that was a trade that I held for like a whopping 15 minutes or something, which is forever for me. So yeah, looking bearish on the day. Other indices. I have I had the wrong workspace up because I did my workspace video yesterday. All the other indices are down, not as much as Nasdaq though. 10-year yield is up, so that also has an inverse correlation to the Nasdaq. And good morning, everybody. So yeah, looking to take your shorts this morning. Yeah, and I guess this is just my trade up here. For price to move up to somewhere in here and then give me, just trade a short on price action. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I hope you guys have a good trading day. I didn't record any of my trades yesterday, but I'll record some today if I make any good ones. Like I said, I already took about $300. Just a short scalp. I could have held it for longer. I mean, like I could have held that for at least, I don't know how far that dropped, but quite a ways. Should have held it longer. I just get kind of nervous trading pre-market because price spikes around. Verinder, I got your email, man. I was going to reply back to it about setting stop losses. I think that's a really tricky one with the Nasdaq. Like as you wrote, price spikes around so much. Spikes around so much on it. One thing that what I kind of find is if price doesn't immediately go my way, like if I don't get that immediate impulse in the direction that I want it to go, and it kind of hesitates, and then I get like a pin candlestick or something like that. Like let's say that you wanted to short the break here, and like let's say price poke through like this, and then immediately bounce back up, I would be closing out right there. That's what I should do. Now, sometimes I don't always do that because, I'm a human being and I want price to go my way. But if you take that loss early and then let it kind of move up and then try to short it again at a better spot up here, even though you may lose a little bit on the trade, like let's say you shorted it here and then you stopped out here and then you finally decided to get back in here to short it, you avoid some massive impulse to the upside. And lots of times when, even like within this last year, I mean, I'm still learning a ton. I would just keep moving my stop. I would keep moving it because I knew it was going to eventually drop back down, but I was just enduring this massive drawdown. And this can really kill you. So my advice would be just, if you're seeing it and you see that break of price level and you don't see Delta going through, or you start to see Delta moving up, you just gotta close it out, take the loss early, and endure it. I'm sure you know that as well. A lot of this is just psychological. Such a psychological game. hard to take a loss, particularly for me. Like if you're up like $700-800 on the day, $1,000 on the day, you try to take one more trade, and all of a sudden you lost 600. You're like, so frustrating. That's just the name of the game here. So market's gonna open in about 5 minutes. Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to move up here, probably going to touch this area and then come back down. You can see Delta there moving up. So there's no short here, even though at the top of the band on that, top of the band on that 1 minute. It looks like there's going to be an impulse, and it's got to, you know, come up for air. It's come down too hard. It's got to come up for a second, and then before it comes back down. All right, guys. Good luck trading today. If I make any decent trades, I'll let you know. As I said, I took one this morning. Took a short on these two bearish candles. Plus, I can't remember where it is over here anymore, but basically the band had opened up. Maybe it was here. Band, something like this. Band had opened up, and we could see the bottom of the band, and we just took that short on it. So no fireworks, but $300 is $300. All right, guys, take it easy. Check back later, see if I do any trades. I appreciate all the support, and best of luck to you. Okay, I'll see you.